Hello everybody and welcome to part 12 of my Salty Shaka series. In this part we're going to be attacking Germany and hopefully we'll be able to hit Renaissance before we need to take another social policy so that we can take the Rationalism opener. We only have a few turns left on that. I did want to point out that earlier in the series there was a point where I met a civ. It had listed that they were interested in iron. I started selling it to them, and when they were done in being interested in iron, suddenly horses was here, whereas it wasn't before, because the new enhanced user interface would only show 3 icons here and then an ellipses. And yeah, that would make for a cleaner interface, but the whole point for these showing up at all is to indicate what they would want. So I personally prefer it this way. I started digging around the code. It was a simple code. It was a simple fix. I think I replaced like 4 lines and if then else check with just the line that it would indicate it would execute normally. And I published that. I think it's on page 160 of the thread for that on Civ Fanatics, so you can check that out if that's a change you'd like to make. It will be more cluttered in the late game, but in the meantime, like I said, there was already one point in time during the series where what we did and did not sell was executed in a way other than I normally would have, simply because I didn't have all the information available to me. Okay, I'll sit tight here. We can just hop across here to meet this civ or city-state next turn, or if this hill's occupied we can go around. We don't want to trespass. Our army's on the march north, so in theory I'm guessing we'll probably be able to tribute them at some point. Marching onto Berlin has been rough because there's a lot of rough between us and them, a couple rivers here. There's no easy way to do this. We do have units backfilling named Germany here. I decided off camera to name this guy Germany as well, because we're doing, you know, 2 MPs and a composite bowman per city, kind of like what you see here. And the reason why I'm moving West Deaths over is because we got an MP coming out next turn. He can be West Deaths, and if I really wanted to I could have this guy just hop on the road and then he could be East Deaths, but Deaths for Death Squad. And it'll be nice because that means as we march to do that kind of filling, we'll have more units at the ready that we can actually use as kind of fodder. Not for the purpose of dying, but, you know, taking some hits, getting some experience, since they're going to be hanging out after the city falls anyways. Another thing that occurred to me is that you can see we're manufacturing these as we're marching towards Germany, just so that they can like occupy immediately. But when it comes time to America, we're going to have to take over 3 cities before we occupy Washington. That's going to take some time to execute, which means our build queues at home might have some gaps in them for, you know, the things we've been missing out in the capital, such as Temple, which will give us happiness and stuff like that. As far as our approach here, this is our double tapper. Okay, I'm going to cross the river here. It looks like we can get this guy over here. We're trying our best not to be seen by Germany too much. For example, this guy here can see this guy, so we can move this guy, say 1, 2 to get some visibility. We'll be back up here. Now we can't be seen, and he'll cross the river, take his spot there. There is a chunk of land up here, but his cities are in the back, so we should be able to blitz him fairly well, but we are going to want to push units through, you know, from the extremities here to act as a blocker for all of our archers. I'm looking at this guy's going to have to step here. Our double tapper can land here, but there are 2 hexes here and here where a composite bowman could step and shoot from. So we will have 2 composite bowmen on his borders. So we got to try our best not to be seen otherwise, because we don't want to be prompted. Although, to be honest with you, at this point in the game we're going to be so hated that even if we are prompted, I'm okay with lying. Everybody's going to hate us anyways. So this guy is going to take 3 turns to get here anyway. So let's just go this way. We get a little bit more visibility. We stay out of these guys' way, and I think that's better. As for these guys, we do have an occupying force here. I was noticing there is a camp down here, and right now it says 4 turns to go, right? So if this guy, say, moved here, then he would say 3 turns to go when he moved here, 2 turns to go when, say, he moved like here, and then when it said 1 turn to go, we can actually attack which would be fine because it doesn't matter how much culture we rack up then. We're not going to actually be forced to choose a policy until the next turn. So I think these guys should actually head down like so, and then he'll be the human monument here. Meanwhile, the worker's going to get started on repairing that. There was some stuff going on here, so I kind of want to, yeah, we got to kind of like go a little bit around. I think this guy, no. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I meant to do. I meant to go ahead and kill this little road stub. We're done. It was mostly for getting troops over to Greece. It was very easy to overlook. I probably could have destroyed it, you know, 10 turns ago or whatever. This guy's actually heading over to homeland because this is going to grow in 1 turn, and then this is going to grow in 5. But luckily this is going to always be this, it says, whereas this could be any one of these. So we just get started on one of these, then hop to the other. This one's about to grow in 8, which gives this guy time to finish up that farm, hop on the road, get over there. So it's looking like that's going to be how they address that. Okay, Composite Bowman steps down. That means we are a little more visible. There's that border, so we'll just hop on over like so. The new West Death is born. We're basically going to just keep backfilling like this wherever we go, since the defensive units can be, it's okay that they're low on XP. Yeah, see here it says Horses End, but we can tell at a quick glance that nobody's interested in horses right now. And I should probably also be checking this, making sure there's no duplicates and such. Brussels and America now allies. That's right between us and where we started and where we're actively working. So hopefully as we attack and pillage and conquer, we'll get up enough money we can actually tributing as well. In fact, we're about to meet a new city-state. Hey, check that out. They're right for tribute right now. So I wonder why these guys aren't. They're militaristic. I think that is a factor. 140 Hatch Pleasant Protection. We're only 100 strong. So let's just count this off. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, and that is not a horizontal we're largely occupying, so that could be part of the problem. But we can go ahead and do this. This is the double tapper, so he's going to want to occupy that tile. This guy, let's say, we probably have time to go around, because we're just basically trying to stay invisible. So like here is not ideal, but we can still say 1, 2, 3 and like be in position, and we can always like check in the coming turns. See, that's a hill, so let's get up there. It's probably time for Scotty to come back and start thinking about being able to work on tiles. We probably cannot be seen from there. I don't think we can be seen from these hills either, just because there's a ring of woods without hills over here. Targets nearby encampment. Where would that be? Oh, it's probably this one right on their borders. Okay. Is it though? Yeah, okay. Alright, Impy's finished being built here. Let's check supply remaining. Now, as far as naming and staffing, I'm pretty sure we're everywhere we want to be right now. So this might be a good opportunity to get the temple up here, because we did go with pagodas. So we're going to have at least 3 of those to buy. Yeah, we said we wanted you right there. He will ultimately be touching the borders, as will this one, but we're not quite ready for that yet. So just wait there, wait there, wait there, wait. I should just have him go like that. Take a peek. Alright, Greece is going to go first. He'll probably kill that, which will be zoning controlling what's over there, so it should be safe for us to go there. You get started on that. You... let's see, this turn gets across the river. Next turn, that's 2 counts. 3 and then act on 4, which means we actually have some time. Maybe we scout around here, for example. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in position. Because chances are, whatever this is, double shot will be better. So yeah, let's use this opportunity to get a little scouting in. Alright, you can resume your farm duty. He's still coming over just because this is kind of like in the heart of everybody we can see. So if we do get attacked, there's a very high chance that that would be where. This is not good because if he's going that way, he'll be in our way, but whatever, no big deal. Alright, we'll come back up here and then take a peek at how things unfold. Alright, so now that composite bowman's over here, which, let me check this. Zurich no longer seeks investors. Okay. Well, I guess that's good because they're ours, so this means we're less likely at risk. So it was here, that's why we had to move there, which means this guy should be able to come in here nice and clean. He's going to step here. This is the one that's going to step here. We're going to have a great general that steps here with us. That'll influence all through here. So we need this great general to just influence here. Maybe we come up here to also kind of step up here. That remains to be seen. You can probably sit right where you are. We'll have the worker. I don't see a need for him to be seen. I don't think that contributes at all. But I'm just doing what we can here. So that means this would be the turn we want to denounce him. Because we are in position to leap next turn, I think. And then I'll have this worker move here, that way he can come down here or cross the river, whichever we might need. Probably come down here no matter what, because getting across the river is just easier this way than it is, you know, yada yada. But we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty confident that this is what's going on. Alright. Oh yeah, there's a camp there. Okay. Well, maybe they see it and they'll go to it or something like that. Maybe we can clean it up. Ah, there's the last of the people. So let's trade embassies. We'll check the meters real quick, see where he is here. Oh, he's nothing. And then we'll go to science. Okay, he's a front runner in science. So we'll have to take a look at where he is. He's way over here. Alright, so let's go back to him and take some of his money. He's interested in horses, so we'll start there. In fact, that's all we'll do, because all of our luxuries are singular, and I'm trying to keep that happiness to be able to take over as many cities, because there's going to be an overlap. Boston's going to be hard to take. And let's say worst case scenario, it's 10 pop, we take it, so now it's 5. That's 5 turns of burning down. And yeah, we might take a turn to get a couple units over, a couple turns actually, get a couple units over, heal them up or something, and then go to New York. But there might be an overlap, so any happiness we can stack, I'm a-okay with. Good. Glad to see all that was safe to do. We still get across the river. Yep, this is timing out well. Do we have him come down and join? I really don't see the need for that, but it's okay. Why not? We're not being attacked right now, right? Oh, you know what? I should not have done that, especially with that noise going on. I should have checked. It's fine, though. Alright, so this is West Deaths. He's going to end up here, because this is a good place to cross, to be flexible. Yep, he's in our way. Gosh, that's unfortunate. Going around isn't any better, really, because this is going to be a place where we need shield, and it's our weakest spot right now, technically. We might be seen by this guy, so does that mean we step off? I don't think we can be seen, though. I don't want to risk it. If we can not be prompted, all the better, is what I'm thinking. So yeah, we'll just sit tight and see how all of this unfolds and check all of our, there we are. Okay, so I wonder what it's going to take to be intimidating to Sidon. Ooh, I'm glad it's that and not the prompt for the military, so... Alright, Great Merchant was born. Didn't want that to happen. If I remember correctly, we have two, and this is the lesser of the two. So I'll just have this thing head down this way. We'll do our deal down here. The good news is that that'll definitely give us enough gold to be able to buy another city-state. Obamba gets to start working some okay hammer tiles again. There we go. It's orange now. So we'll go ahead. There we go. Nice. Alright, money's looking pretty good as far as that goes. University! Okay, and this is the last turn, so we can go nuts on barbarians, but we're not actually doing anything right now. As far as our Greek force, we don't actually have a composite bowman yet, and that's fine. We only need a body as far as human monuments go. Speaking of which, we are now in the clear. This is the turn where officially we made our deadline. So I need this archer to step up and occupy this tile, which is unfortunate because the swordsman's here. So I'm thinking maybe we should have him step up and shoot here. Unfortunately, there's no way to get this guy into a flanking posture to help us. That's very unfortunate. Alright, so let's step him forward, step the Great General forward, step him here. Okay. Everything else should be relatively flexible. We want to make sure the Great General is able to influence at least this archer combo. So we can have this worker head over here as well. This worker is going to come around the river this way because it's just quicker. And I think that's all the prep work we need to do. This is a main fighter, this is an occupier, so I really would rather not be losing his health, especially since we don't have anything to pillage over here. So it is good that we get some backup going over here. Maybe for that reason we should have another, I don't know, move in through here. We'll figure it out. But it is time to shop for somebody to pay us to go to war. I can't imagine this guy would. He has met them. No, he's not interested, and everybody else hates us, so I can't imagine we're going to find anybody. Oops, that's us. Not Germany. Why would Germany pay us to war? Germany? The deal would be broken immediately. That's funny. I wonder if there's a way you could, like, proposition them. How much would it cost for you to attack me? Get them to instigate kind of thing. Nope, there we are. There it is. We're actually going to lose quite a bit of gold from this deal, so that's unfortunate. Gold and salt. So let's take a peek at that real quick. They are both duplicates, so we should find buyers for those. Looks like Indonesia's the only option for salt. We're done with that. And then gold, we have America, Indonesia, Polynesia. America seems to be liking us the most out of that group.
You were saying?
So we can try for 4. No? Okay.
You cannot be serious.
There's no way to make this deal work except for 3. That's funny to me. Okay, so he can now step. I know I said I want to put all of our archers into the city tile, but since he's right on top of us, that is something that... In fact, let's get these guys into position. 1, 2... that's not good. So we can cross the river here, which means I should have this guy cross the river on this side. We got some fighting going on. I was hoping we could actually get somebody damaged that would be within bombard range, because otherwise the city is going to favor... we don't even have one that could attack the city tile to kind of force the issue. That is very unfortunate. Now we're going to have to deal with one of our combos getting damaged. Alright, well at least the Great General's influencing him. And we'll hit him and go like that. And then we'll bring him up here. Yeah, for visibility. I was trying to see which one I thought was made a difference here. Alright, well, he's unhappy, and we do have the flanking and everything. The thing to remember is the spear toss, it comes first, so we always need to be attacking units whenever we can. Alright. Greece has conquered that camp. You're going to come over there and develop that other tile. 1, 2... Almaty. Oh, so this camp might not even be here anymore. They're not even... They're targeting a camp back there. Okay, so this camp might not even be there. We can test. Yep, it's not. Okay. Alright. Was there any other camps that we had been disregarding because they were relatively far that we can now chase after? Over here, I suppose, right? That's quite a far ways away, though. A lot of rough. I don't want to leave the homeland undefended. I think what we would get out of it isn't worth the chase. This way we can actually get by with not producing more units for a second. Alright, this is a very unfortunate configuration because this bombard's almost certainly going to hit a combo. Yeah, but double tapper at that.
They're rising all at once.
Okay, there is Renaissance. We'll definitely want this spy in Ulundi. We are science leaders, and it's going to just get out of control when we take this easy 10%. Yeah, look at that. It says 39 turns to go. So just to give you an idea, if we had missed that deadline, we would have been significantly hosed. This way, things should be good. Growth in 12, growth in 11, growth in 10. Let's do that then. I'd rather work the horse tile, but if we can knock a whole turn off by doing that trade, I think it's worth it. A new camp has spawned. Hey, I was just looking for a new camp to spawn, so that works out. Now, see, this I don't view as being as far away just because a lot of this is flat land. So let's get deaths on it, and we can get this guy on it. Roads to here, and then probably jump, jump, step. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. He's coming down here. Hopefully we don't get molested by whatever's in that camp. Okie dokie. Oh, I wasn't busy. You know, I gotta say, I've noticed that, and most games that I play, if Washington is present, he gets Notre Dame. So, that's actually really great for us because that's where we're heading next. There's no guarantee he built it in the capital, but hopefully. Alright, we'll take engineering. This does give us another caravan, which is something I wanted. Let's see here. If we get units within range that can be bombarded, then hopefully he will do that. Are you serious? I was gonna say, that doesn't seem right at all, but alright, it doesn't account for the spear throw. This guy I have no choice but to armor up like so. Oh yeah, okay, this is a really fine example of why having 3 movement can make such a big difference. It would be nice to go 1, 2, but we get zone of controlled in the 1. But since we have an extra movement point, we can say 1, 2, 3. We only get zone of controlled when we're out of movement points anyways. So like he can do that to move forward like so. He can do that to move forward like so. And that means if we want, we can step this guy forward and pillage. And we certainly should, because that's going to leave him at full health. We're getting the blockers over there. So as long as there's somebody within range that's not at full health, they will probably favor that. So let's see. We can go step. This great general is influencing everybody down here, but not him. So we should keep the great general here or here. Alright, I'll step him in. like so. And that way we get a flank here. In fact, we can say 1, pillage, attack, like so. Nice. And then of course we'll do the same thing here and here. We should probably do this first to get the... Oh wait, I guess we get extra flanking both ways. Alright. Okay. I'm just looking at the Great General. Alright, so I should do this first because now he gets extra flanking. Yeah, it wasn't enough, but that's okay. So now we shoot with this guy and then move the Great General over here. And then if we move this Great General over here to influence this guy next turn, this guy's left to hang. So we don't do it this turn, but maybe we do it next turn. That seems to make sense to me. So now we'll shoot there. We'll shoot there. And now we're basically in a position where our impies should be able to control the ground units while our archers take care of that. So as long as we keep our back guarded, which this guy can do, and as long as we have one body nearby that can actually capture the city come time, we should be good. So now what I'll do here is I'll step, pillage. Yes, we miss out on the luscious double tap. He can get started right away. He's going to come over here to get started on that right away, and then he's going to come over here, and now I would love to be able to step him over to not leave this guy hanging, but this guy's going to get bombarded for sure because it's the only one this bombard can be used on. So I think it's very important we stay there this turn. Next turn we can move though. And is he a medic? No, he's not. And of course he's not because he's a virgin. Okay, that's unfortunate. Well, then maybe as we're marching him by, we can have one of these guys hop the river to lend him a hand. Looks like if we hop up on this hill, we get a nice spread. Indeed. Alright, we got eyes on Atlanta now. This is a hill as well, and that is a hill as well, so it looks like our path is well established. We got a worker finishing there. Okay, and I already addressed that. These guys are basically coming back home because this camp is not there anymore. And we just saw that one. And one just popped up down there, which we have West Death's addressing. This is too far from Athens. We'll get these guys back like so. Alright. Okay, and then he can make it all the way to here next turn, I'm thinking. Okay, so hopefully our comp bows are done being shot. And that does appear to be the case. If I wanted to chase after the Hamburg swordsman, I certainly could. I don't think it's wise, but... And there we go. We are now up to 2 caravans possible, which is great. He's going to have to come, like, say, here. We will, in fact, get him as the human monument. He can take over next turn if need be. Another medic. Why not? Alright, and then on to... do we go for metal casting? I guess I didn't think this far ahead. I probably should have. Astronomy eventually, obviously. Optics would be really great in our first city. In fact, that would only take 2 turns, and it would give us another caravan. That's very tempting. Let me check something real quick. What would we do in Nobamba? Because we're out of the happiness buildings. Actually, aqueducts, no. Oh, man. Aqueducts are pretty important. Workshops have been pretty important. When I'm not playing tradition, I do like early workshops. They kind of smooth the rest of everything out. This will be done in 3 turns. We could have workshops research not quite that quickly. We get a lot of growth in this city if we have the option for optics. Oh, and then also there's heading towards machinery. Says 8 turns to have machinery done. It's not going to take us 8 turns to slay Berlin. So we would probably capture Boston with comp bows, do the upgrading here as we wait for this to burn down as we approach New York. New York is going to be a bit of a pickle, so that would be a good time to have that online. And in fact, if we're going to do 8 turns, I think 10 turns might be okay, meaning go for optics ahead of it so we have the ability to get the lighthouse. Because as far as buildings go, we got plenty to build in all of our cities. The aqueducts, are going to be very important. If we do go this way, we have a caravan, now 2 caravans we got to build. We're going to need to build units to occupy Washington after we leave them as our military marches on. So right now I'm contemplating going into optics and then machinery. The alternative is probably straight into machinery, makes sense. It's the difference between 8 and 10 turns right now. And in fact, we might be dealing with spillover. Okay, it's only spillover of 27, and we're currently doing 136. So that's not enough to say that spillover's reducing the times on these. Okay, so in this city, we would probably want an aqueduct. We should build aqueducts, since we're at that point where growth is slowing down. That's a way to expedite it. Okay, so since we do need to build aqueducts, I think we have time to come up in here, because we also have units, we also have a caravan right now. We'll have another one later, but for now I think going for machinery is the way to go. That will also give our workers the option for trading post, and we do know that Nobamba is going to have jungle. It doesn't currently, but that'll be a good way to sink extra. Okay. So this guy could step. Well, we want him to do the attacking. He's damaged. We can have this guy step, pillage, attack. This guy could step, pillage, like come up here. This guy could pillage to 3. Yes, all of that sounds good to me. So step, pillage, attack, pillage, move out of the way, step, pillage. We could occupy that hex, we could occupy this hex. If we occupy this hex, we can protect the Great General here, get a nice full spread. Because we're starting to get a little detached as far as our Great General coverage. We are going to want to move one of these guys, like say up here even, so that we can heal a little more peacefully. These are medics. Since he is a medic, maybe we have him step here and end up here. That way, as these guys are healing in place, they heal extra, because he's double medic, in fact. The only problem with that is then we don't get as much flank on this, as much attack being dumped into that. I think one guy sticking around just to kind of help these guys, watch over these guys, and to make sure we got a way to attack the city makes sense. So I could have this guy back up to here. He wouldn't be healing this turn. I'm just going to hit him with all we got there. Yeah, I do like that idea. Keep these guys as healed as much as possible. Once Berlin falls, we can chase after his units all we want. Having like damaged units like this might invite him to come after us. So now we're at a situation where we got to decide about this. We've got a unit here that will be bombarded because it's the only one Munich's bombard can reach. So I do think it's worthwhile to move this Great General here. And this Great General's got to cover this. So once again, we're going to be without this guy being covered, but only that guy. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. Okay, so let's get this shooting going. Double tap. There we go. And we've also forced all his people away from the city, so this Great General is not doing anything. And I like that. Okay, we have another Great General. Oh, and you know what? I wasn't paying attention to this. Brussels hates us, unfortunately. 85 over 12, that's 73. So we wouldn't have them for long. Do we have furs yet? We do not. It would be nice to have them just because they're on the border here. Alternatively, we could do La Venta, since that's in the heart of American land. They also do furs, and they hate us a little bit less. I like the idea of culture, ramping up the culture. Should not have tributed them. I wasn't thinking long term. Who else can we do that's culture? It's just, is it just Brussels? No, also Buenos Aires. Where's that? Alright, so that's not going to help us in terms of war, but that's okay. Well, they're all fur. That's unfortunate. So we'd probably get our most bang for... No, they're hostile, which means it would decay quicker, right? And Brussels is also hostile. So Brussels is right out. So it's either Buenos Aires for the culture or La Venta for the position. And I don't think the position's that important. As long as they don't attack us, this should be fine. So yeah, let us pay them, ramp up our culture. Currently says 38 turns. Now it says 23. That is much better. Alright. Now, as far as Great General, right now, where are we? Berlin has 1 silver. This gem is over the river. It's wooded. It's hill. It's going to take forever for the governor to figure out there's something there. Also, I'm seeing there's silver and marble over here. So maybe take once the fight's done, take one of these great generals and grab some land, just get some extra luxuries. We can take a look at what we will be conquering. We don't have enough visibility over here, so we don't know what that's going to look like. But we will soon. So yeah, I think we'll just have him start heading over towards Germany, and we'll figure that out when we get there. He's going to armor up like so. He gets started on... Oh, finishes, in fact. Okay. And he's got his work cut up for him. So hopefully we can occupy this city soon so this worker can get over there. I think that's all good there. Yeah, you're sitting tight. Hey, a backfiller. Very nice. We'll bring him up in through here just so he knows that this guy's being threatened. I think that's worthwhile. Okay, good eyes. Probably don't need to see any much more than that. Yeah, so I don't know. We hadn't really talked about the Aztecs showing up, where it's going to go from there. I believe he was heading down to this camp. So we'll just come up on this hill. Nice spread. He's in the way. Go down like so. Alright. And I think he was coming over here because no bomb was about to grow. And that is well past the half-hour mark, so thank you guys for joining me. Let me know your thoughts, anything I may have missed here. Let me know. Let me know what you think about the tweak. If you prefer the non-cluttered look or the more informative look. Hey, look at that. This thing's returning. I wonder if we can make use of that. Anyways, leave a like if you feel I've earned it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.